Now, our speaker who's here, let me introduce the most respected Warren Kirby, the member for Riverstone and very proud local, who grew up in Schofields, raised his family in Riverstone, and now resides in Quakers Hill. Now, before entering politics, he ran a business, so he knows the local ways very much. He has served as the Vice President of the Northwest Business Chamber. Today, he's representing Minister for Multiculturalism, the Honourable Steve Kemper, he's the Minister for Multiculturalism. Please join me in welcoming the very long-term friend of the community now, Mr. Warren Kirby. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for welcoming me here this evening. First, I would like to pay my respects to elders, past, present and emerging. Thank you, Auntie Julie, for your warm welcome to us this evening. And I want to thank the Darug people for their custodianship of the lands and waterways on which we're meeting here today. And I, of course, extend that respect to people of Indigenous heritage who are here with us. Hopefully we only have to do this once. We can do an agreement, people. I would like to acknowledge my fellow members of Parliament, Mr Stephen Barley, Mr Edmund Atala, Ms Tina Ayad, Mr Mark Coure, and of course all of the other distinguished guests that are here. We have the Honourable Philip Ruddock, AO, we have Ms Lorraine Finlay, the Human Rights Commissioner, and Dr Cam Went, who is the Consul General of Samoa in Sydney. And of course, a very, very warm welcome to everybody who have travelled so far and wide to come here today for Jalsa Salana at the national headquarters of the Ahmadiyya community. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to be here at the home of Ahmadiyya and celebrating such an important festival, convention, I should say. I do extend my deepest gratitude to Imam Korsa and of course to Mirza for inviting me here and the tireless efforts that you both go to in bringing such a vibrant and diverse gathering together. And I do all of this on behalf of the Minister for Multiculturalism, Mr Stephen Kemper, who I'm representing today and apologises that he can't be here in person. This three-day annual convention is actually a celebration of unity, understanding and the enduring spirit of multiculturalism that defines our great state of New South Wales. I think it's astonishing that we are housing somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000 people during this convention. It's a real testament to the power and the strength of the Ahmadiyya community here in Australia. And standing here in front of you, and I echo the words of Mirza about the beautiful bouquet that's in front of us, it reminds me that strength lies in diversity. We have people from different faith groups, from different cultural backgrounds, different ethnic backgrounds, all coming together thanks to the Ahmadiyya community and thanks to your own interest in making sure we adhere to unity and cohesive society. The Ahmadiyya community's guiding principle, love for all, hatred for none, is a profound call to action. In a world where their division and intolerance can too easily take root, this message resonates deeply. And I think we learned some incredible lessons of life in the speeches earlier on from His Holiness. It reminds us that compassion, respect, and dialogue are the cornerstones of a peaceful society. Australia's multicultural identity is one of our greatest assets. It's one that our very nation has been founded on. In fact, it's one that is enshrined in our national anthem, as we sung earlier. In that second verse, for those who've come across the seas, we've boundless plains to share. And with courage, let us all combine to advance Australia. And that's, again, what's happening here in the Ahmadiyya community. Events like Jalsa Salana reaffirm our commitment to inclusivity and mutual respect, provides a platform for communities to share stories, celebrate heritage, and contribute to the broader Australian narrative. I also acknowledge the courage and resilience of the Ahmadiyya community globally, particularly in the face of persecution. Your unwavering commitment to peace, justice, even amid the adversity that you have experienced, is a testament to the values you uphold and the contributions that you make right here in Australia. I'm very fortunate to have many members of the Ahmadiyya community living in my electorate of Riverstone and supporting our community. As the Deputy Premier was speaking earlier, whenever we have a flood in Riverstone, the first people to put their hands up to help out is the Ahmadiyya community. I remember in the most recent flood, it just so happened to hit on the very last day of Ramadan. And instead of people, after enduring the fasting, wanting to break that fast, went out to the paddock out the back here and started loading sandbags for people whose homes were under threat. And whether it comes to community gatherings and delivering food packages locally here in the Riverstone area or Blacktown North, as Mr. Barley likes to call us, or whether it's in places like Taree or Lismore or nationwide, the Ahmadiyya community comes together. And whether that's as a community joining hands or whether that is individual acts of heroism like Faraz Tahir, these are all actions that underpin love for all, hatred for none. We heard earlier that there is that desperate need to save humanity and how opinions on how to achieve this differ from person to person and from country to country. My humble opinion is actions, like the actions on display of the Ahmadiyya community in supporting one another, in actively reaching out to each and every one of us in our community, in coming together and making sure that we act as a community for the betterment of each other, is the first step that we should be taking towards saving humanity. So hopefully we can continue to build bridges, foster understanding, celebrate our rich cultures that makes Australia truly unique. Together, all of us can come together and live by that principle, love for all, hatred for none. Jazakallah.